of international law. Joining me now is former NATO Supreme Allied Commander, retired Admiral James Stavridis. Admiral, thanks for being here. That threat of Iran's desalination facilities being hit is kind of an eye-opening one coming from the President of the United States. What would the consequences be for the region, and do you think it would be a violation of international law?
Let's take all three things that were mentioned there. So striking oil, no, I don't see that as illegal under international law. The electric grid is kind of in a gray area. Depends if you are striking portions of it that supported military activity. Going after the water supplies, that would be extremely hard to justify under international law. And leaving aside the legalities, Abby, the practical effect would be batteries released against the Gulf Arabs' desalination plant. So if this thing turns into a water war, it's going to take years for the region to come back. I doubt we will actually fulfill that portion of the threat.
And Turkey, a NATO ally, confirmed today that NATO assets intercepted a suspected Iranian missile in Turkish airspace. I want to play for you what the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, said when he talked about the NATO alliance earlier today in an Al Jazeera interview.
Do you believe the EU and NATO countries betrayed the U.S. at this crucial moment?
I think it was very disappointing. You have this, and again, look, the president and our country will have to re-examine all of this after this operation is over.
You're seeing, on the one hand, a NATO country under fire from Iran, from this conflict, and on the other hand, the administration suggesting they might re-evaluate the alliance. What does it mean to have the Secretary of State say that in this moment?
Both are very worrisome developments. Here's what I would be advising the NATO countries, and I suspect this is where Secretary General Mark Rutte, former Prime Minister of the Netherlands, very experienced hand, is trying to guide the alliance. It is to step up with maritime assets, for example, minesweepers, mine hunters, these are ships, as well as guided missile frigates, guided missile destroyers. I would say to Europe, get your hand in the air now in order to be part of the straight clearance operation. I think that would be a pretty reasonable ask on the part of the administration. I think ultimately the Europeans would fulfill it. That's a way to get the NATO European nations and the Canadians, by the way, into the game.